ഞാൻ അത്ര ക്ലിയർ അല്ല മലയാളമിൽ, ബട്ട് സ്റ്റിൽ ഐ വിൽ ട്രൈ മൈ ബെസ്റ്റ്. കുറച്ച് മനസ്സിലാവാൻ എന്ത് പറയാമെന്ന് കൂടി ട്രൈ ചെയ്യാം. So it's such a pleasure, I said, to be in an event like this is because I am a proud person when it comes to do a bit of work for my dharma. I am a rural social entrepreneur, basically from Mysore. I run one of the successful unit of the Khadi and Village Industries Commission. My passion is tribal and rural empowerment. I started this unit ഒരു 15 കൊല്ലം മുമ്പേ ഒരു കുറച്ച് ട്രൈബൽസ്ക്ക് സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യാനെന്ന് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്ത ഈ ഒരു പ്രോജക്റ്റാണ്. ഞാൻ ബേസിക്കലി ഐ എം ഫ്രം കൊടഗു. മൈ ഹോംലാൻഡ് കൊടഗു വാസ് നോൺ ഫോർ ഹണി. ഐ സ്റ്റാർട്ടഡ് ദിസ് to empower as well as give a quality product to the Indian market. ഞാൻ ഒരു 50 kg തേനിൽ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്ത ഈ വെഞ്ചർ ഇന്ന് നമ്മളുടെ കപ്പാസിറ്റി വന്നിട്ട് 300 ടൺ ഒരു മാസത്തിനാണ്. I am the largest buyer of tribal honey from Bharat today. There is something very special that me and my husband Rajappa feel about our growth. We talk of empowering our tribals. നമ്മൾ എന്തായാലും അവർ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട് വരുമ്പോൾ പൈസ കൊടുക്കുന്ന കാട്ടി നമ്മൾ എവിടെയായാലും അവരിനെ ഒരു സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എംപവർ ചെയ്താൽ that can sustain for a longer period. Today, wherever we source our honey, you will not find missionaries there. To stop the entry of missionaries and to stop conversions, empowerment is the only way forward. This has to be implemented with a proper planning and adherence to the highest quality. It will take time, but it is worth it. It took us 7 years to do this venture, to streamline it, and to pack for brands like Walmart. My entire team are uneducated, but they have been given skill development to manufacture world-class products. Nari Shakti, which is so dear to Modi ji's heart, it can be a success only when it can be inclusive and involves tribal and rural women folk. Today, we notice all the accolades are given to women from urban India and comes much later to rural Bharat. Why? Because ഞാൻ ഒരു റൂറൽ വിമൻ ഓൺട്രപ്രണർ ആണ്. എന്നെ ഫസ്റ്റ് റെക്കഗ്നൈസ് ചെയ്തത് APO ജപ്പാനാണ്. അതായിട്ടാണ് നമ്മളുടെ കൺട്രിയിൽ വേറെ അവർക്ക് ഞാൻ എവിടെ ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്ന് അവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലായത്. Why is that? Because the focus was more on urban women, and one more challenge is women in rural Bharat cannot speak in English. They are used to their local language. That becomes a major challenge for them to get marketing into newer markets. They may not be able to scale up in spite of having the ability to do, I would say, world-class, to manufacture world-class products, but the newer market might be a problem for them because language could be a barrier. This is where I think self-help groups matter a lot, and selfless people have to come forward to run social enterprises to support, guide, and give a hand-holding support to these women entrepreneurs, our sisters from rural India. Currently, I am the National President for Association of Business Women in Commerce and Industry, and when they chose me, a rural women entrepreneur, to hold this position, I said, I will agree only if they walk their talk by taking women from rural India and giving them the right support and guidance. We women have a strength that none of us are aware of. I started this business without a mentor, without a guide, during one of the lowest phases of my life. I had two options. One, I could have been dependent on my parents, or I could have stood up for myself and created something to support many more. I chose the second option. Today, I feel humbled to say that we support around 1,500 tribals and small farmers from across Bharat. If you ask me how a brand grew during COVID, ours was one of the very few social enterprises that grew during COVID. Well, I would say it is because of consistent quality and ethics in business. How did this consistent quality and ethics in business come by? Maybe the deep-rooted values taught when you are connected to your dharmic work. It comes naturally imbibed. I was the winner of the Women Transforming India Award by Niti Aayog last year. And it was a very humbling moment for me to receive the award as a rural social entrepreneur growing during COVID without any support, subsidy, or grant coming by. There is a challenge most of us women coming from rural India face. We are not as fortunate as our sisters from urban Bharat are. They get access to the latest subsidies and so many other issues. But when we have lot of challenges, we work more and contribute more to see that we become successful, and that makes us achieve beyond what we had thought of. For someone like me, who didn't even have the confidence to sign a check, I was blessed to chair the session Inspiring Women at the World Hindu Congress in Chicago. I don't think I could have expected for a better moment in my life 4 years back. I am also handpicked and chosen by some of the leading organizations in the world to go and inspire women in the tribal and rural belts of their country, because they felt practical knowledge was more important than theoretical one. And I have done it selflessly because my dharma has taught me on Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. I traveled all the way to Afghanistan to go and inspire women. And during the last minute when I had to travel, there was a bomb blast. And they said, when everyone, most of them refused, they said, would you mind traveling to Turkmenistan? I agreed. And I went there and started my talk saying, I am here because my dharma has taught me on Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. I feel humbled to say I am a trustee of Vishwa Hindu Parishad. I hold national level positions for Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh's sister concerns. But to me, I have always been taught that the world is one larger family and we need to help one another. From honey, me and my husband, whom I met after I started this endeavor and who's been my pillar of strength, we thought, how could we help many more small farmers? There were a lot of small farmers who had planted papayas and totapuri mangoes without even finding out who their buyers would be. We started buying their produce because our brand is today known for the highest quality it maintains. We started manufacturing jams without preservative, without color, and without flavor. Today, we might be one of the largest players of jams without preservative, color, or flavor, natural jams. And during COVID, such a small scale unit supported the small farmers with an approval by the government by manufacturing 3 truckloads of 500-gram bottles, supporting them. After that, we supported small farmers by making them grow chia and flax seeds and buying it back from them. From there, we started a journey to support small farmers all the way up till Kashmir, becoming one of the major players in apple cider and mother vinegar in the country. During COVID, we diversified into cashew nuts and raisins, and we also buy a small volumes of our cashews from Kerala. From there on, we have diversified into spirulina chicky as well as peanut butter. The only reason being the impact we could have in the lives of the small farmers, the tribals, and the rural women folk. I always hear people giving importance to sales and marketing. Well, I differ. Recently, 3 IIM professors presented our case study for an Ivy League competition, and they won the prize. And what the subject is how a brand grew without a budget for marketing. Well, I would want to say that it is all because of the consistent quality we maintain and the ethics in business we adhere to. Challenges we have in plenty, no doubt. Logistics is a major challenge in rural Bharat. Marketing, definitely. Accessibility to raw materials and workforce, skilled workforce is a very major challenge. But in spite of all these challenges, there was a time when I took loan at even 13% interest rate. I cleared it on time. Many bankers say women do it with perfection. I cleared it, and during the first COVID wave, when the whole world was under the lockdown, I and my husband, both of us, me and my husband, we decided, why not take our endeavor to the next level so that the tribals and the rural artisans don't move to the cities. They're already crowded, but they hold on to their culture and be where they are, but give them better life, better social conditions, good education for the children. So we have now launched a brand called Naman. It could be the first social enterprise in Atmanirbhar Bharat. This will support 4,000 tribal and rural artisans with their handcrafted products, and the goodwill the brand Nectar Fresh has created is going to be truly helpful for Naman. But what I would want to openly say here is, wish it reaches the top people who are doing their everything to see that Bharat becomes a Vishwaguru earlier than expected. Our Modi ji talks of Nari Shakti everywhere. When I set this up, problem came from local politicians. I want to say something. When a woman works hard, puts her 100%, gives her heart and soul, never expects anything but to selflessly contribute back to society, don't think she will get into politics. And politics is the only thing she has in her mind. I had to face the worst challenges ever from our own MP with a constant fear that what if she gets into politics. Here, I need to say something heartwarming. When I wrote to the PMO, they immediately responded. They looked into the matter. But later, I knew that this person was going with so many lies. I gave up after a bit of time, and maybe for 1 week I was a bit upset. But the woman in me and the dharmic sense that I have within and the never give up attitude, he camouflaged the building. He put the flyover right in front. He saw to that there will not be an entry or exit to the facility. The first in Atmanirbhar Bharat in rural India that shall be supporting 4,000 artisans, the tribal and rural artisans. What did I do when challenges like this came? I thought of newer options. I have decided on a franchisee model, and you will be happy to hear my first franchisee would be going to New York. Hard work pays. Be innovative. Challenges come aplenty. But we will make it happen when we are very clear on what we want to do and we want to give our 100% to it. Today, as my little work is being acknowledged, I was blessed to be part of the main event of G20 that was in Agra. What I need to say is that I could see everywhere foreign diplomats, delegates, in awe of Bharat. We might have lot of challenges as women, but yes, things are improving and there is hope. There is hope because people there in the center, our national leaders, they walk their talk. And if it is a golden phase of Bharat, it is now. And all of us need to capitalize on this, overcome the little negativity we have here or there, and look into the larger picture and contribute and give our best to see that our Modi ji's dream of taking Bharat to where it truly deserves to be, to become a Vishwaguru, happens earlier than expected. With these words, I would want to thank the organizers, and like I said, nothing has given me more happiness and satisfaction than coming to events like this where I could do my small bit. And any self-help groups here, you need guidance on technology transfers. I was in the IIFPT, Indian Institute of Food Processing Technology. I was the executive committee there. Now it comes under NIFTEM. If you want any guidance in technology transfers, kindly mail me. I will be there to support my own in all ways that I can. I can connect you to CSIR's director, Anantaramakrishnan ji here in Trivandrum. They have got some of very good technology transfers too. And anywhere I can be of help in empowering women. Something too dear to my heart is tribal and rural women folk. If I can be of help, I'll be more than happy to do the needful. Dhanyavad. Namaste.
Powered by Dimos Furniture. ലോകോത്തര ഫർണിച്ചറുകളുടെ വമ്പൻ അൺലോക്ക്.